Hello, people of Earth! It's your pal, the Orbital Outcast, Rad Gnarly, coming your way with another low-key broadcast. Today we're traveling through the ages looking for interesting characters in Hidden Through Time. But first I'd like to say hello to everyone in chat or checking us out on VOD. No matter where or when you happen to be in this great big old world of ours, we are happy to have you with us. And we hope the day finds you well. Get the microphone a little closer today, since I'm not spending all day on cam. The art style of this sort of, not requires, but certainly lends itself to my being out of the way for the most part. So if you bear with me here, hiya! Choo! There I am, up in the top left corner. That's going to be my representation today. Think of me as like a, like It's a Wonderful Life. Every time the angels spoke, the stars lit up in the sky. At least when they made use of that effect. All right. So previously we have gone through the main story mode of Hidden Through Time, but I'm pleased to say I have now acquired all of the DLC packs. Boink. Oh, take your time. There we go. So we've completed the main story in its entirety. So we're going to see over the next few hours, around 3 hours, see if we can get through Viking Tales, Legends of Japan, and maybe also find our way all the way down the road to Rome. Okay, so first off, Viking times, and happy to see that it's going to be snowing no matter what time period we're in. Boink. Okay, Loki's feuds. Interesting. Oh yes, just trying to remember the structure of this. It's been a little while. So we have all these levels, different interesting things to find. Okay, don't want to spoil too much of it. Let's get in there. You remind me of like the Hamburger Helper glove, but I know that's not what you're going for. See the tiny little stick person art left itself to me getting out of the way as much as possible. I am in the way of bringing up the menu. So, where there is actually a circle with an M, there's a circle with an R. For rad. Okay, Loki. There's Loki. Can I zoom in? There's Loki. Okay, we are looking for... Out of revenge for his brother's mockery, Loki hid his hammer and replaced it with a common one. So we're looking for Mjolnir. Alright, let's try that first. I mean, it wouldn't be obviously by the weapon rack, would it? No. Did he hit it? Someplace Thor wouldn't look. But I feel like this is a banquet, and he'd be like all over all of this. The weapons racks, the tables of food, the Valkyries chilling around, the hoard of gold and stuff, just to look for something fun, maybe. Okay. We're also looking for, he hid Freya's necklace so that someone would accidentally eat it. So I feel like maybe is that Freya's necklace that we're not... Oh, sorry, I found the snake, just like I was looking for. Perfect. For those mortals who dare to mock him, he poisoned the food. Oh, this is great. I mean, it's not very nice of him, but this is hilarious. What are you, little buddy? Just a tinkle? Just a... Oh, alright, it just makes little sounds for things, okay. Perched high, he alerted Loki to the mockery of the gods. Perched high. Again, it wouldn't obviously be in a tree, I don't think. Oh, there you are. Obviously in a tree. Hi. He hid the medallion of a Valkyrie in a huge pile of treasure so that she would never find it again. Well, okay, well that narrows things down to the huge pile of treasure. And the necklace that's like immediately to her left. Ah, she'll never glance behind her casually. Ha 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 ha, the perfect spot. Loki wonders why his plans are sometimes foiled. Okay, let's see. Snick, have you seen Frog? To get revenge on Odin, he turned Munin, one of Odin's ravens, into a toad. Alright, so maybe the clue is that it was a raven, so it might still be in a tree. Nerp. I don't see any frog-shaped lumps in that tree. Alright, these three. Done. Yes, I hid it in plain sight. The perfect spot as part of the centerpiece. Ha 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 ha. Okay, so looking for that. Really looking for something that's like square in this place. You know what I'm saying? A lot of rounds. A lot of rounds. This is gonna be, it's gonna be partially obscured, I feel. Or did you give it to like the common folk? Or put it under a table? I also like this little thing, so it looks like I'm scritchy, kitchy, 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 coo. The little cursor. Kitchy, 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 coo. Like I'm just tickling it. Kitchy, 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 kitchy. Alright. We're at maximum. Oh, there it is. You just put it at the weapon rack. Like, no one's gonna be able to move that. I think it's gonna be a dead giveaway if anybody's like, oh, this is a cool mallet. And no one's able to do anything. Anyway. Low-key, buddy. I'm not saying you have bad schemes, but perhaps like a scheme editor or like a scheme pal that you can maybe bounce the ideas off of? Oh, well, that's easy enough. Literally right next to never too far away. I found all the objects. I'd like to continue my journey to this elf village. Heck yeah. Oh! How Nordically Smurfy. They forgot a fork for you. Oh, they forgot a fork for you. I was saying that wrong. So somewhere they are eating. Perhaps. I see no elven revelry. Everyone is prepared for a fight. Okay. I've tried to make a new fertilizer. In we go. Okay, so fertilizer would either be made out of like probably animal waste in this case, or it would be somewhere near the garden. I do like all these clues. I don't remember taking advantage of them too often. Hello, Scritchy Scritchy. A Scritchy Scritchy. A Scritchy Scritchy. I don't remember taking too much advantage of these last time I played. I just sort of look for stuff. But this is sort of like the game 1.5, you know, when they like have released a thing, let it sit for a while, and then start doing DLC and start adding more fun stuff. Like this little doodad right here. A little further and it would have fallen on my head. Are you the bear? Okay. Oh, that's... Listen, I like the sort of... We made these vegetables into our houses type of deal. I draw the line at carving in creepy faces. Not my jam. Let's see. Kind of reminds me, overall, like the aesthetic, especially with the fantasy stuff, reminds me of Order of the Stick. Anyone that's familiar with that long-running webcomic that's been published in several graphic novels by now. Okay. I keep the eggs safe. Am I supposed to be, like, guessing who this person is? These are all in first person. All of these clues. I keep the eggs safe. How so? Do you hide it? Do you guard it with your life? Here's a tiny fork. I found your tiny little elfie fork. Okay. I forgot to check the cafe area. First time I did a loop of that. At least the seat is comfortable. I mean to look for somebody sitting with a weird look on their face. Wait. Everybody else is blue. What have they done with this non-blue person? At least the seat is comfortable. Oh dear. Is he strapped to an animal somewhere? TBD. Also a quiver. Missed again. I'm gonna have to get new arrows. Okay, so either do. Were you trying to hit that or something? Anybody with a bow and arrow? Are you trying to hit a particular target? I don't really see any. Oh, there. Okay. Well, that's easy. Gotcha. Now, who keeping that egg safe, and who is this? You've traveled a long way to come and see me. Oh, okay. Zoom all the way out. Traveled a long way to come and see me. Looking for maybe a hidden corner? Behold the majesty of the level in full. Wouldn't it be wild if I found the egg zoomed out this wide? Well, there it is. Blip. It's just a pixel at this size. Okay. We are looking for... I've tried to make a new fertilizer. See, I suspect it would be like near the animals, since you would kind of make it out of animal poop, perhaps. Or near the garden, where you would want to be applying fertilizer. But I can't really see like a brainy elf that would be developing it. Let's see. Well, that's... So everything is in first person, so that is... They forgot a fork for you, so they forgot the fork. Well, that's not in first person. A little further and would have fallen on my head. That's the bear's perspective. Missed again. That's that archer over here. Who is keeping them eggs safe? Is it a burb? Are you protecting your nest, the burb? Which burb? You the burb. What's going on, burb? Coochie coochie. Alright, never mind. You didn't like that. That's got like a little poofy tree butt. Okay. Hey everybody. What you all armed for? What could you possibly be feuding and fussing with? Some small insects? I don't know though, because if they're to scale, then they also have birds and like deer and stuff, so they're normal sized. It just looks like their village is wee. Oh, I forgot I could check inside buildings. Well, hot diggity dang. Good, we can get rid of these weird faces. We can get rid of one of these weird faces. Hey, she could lift Mjolnir. Congratulations. Hey, and she took the necklace. She cleaned up at the banquet. Okay. Boink. I mean, I had to figure with all of these sitting here. Boink. Hello, are you trying to make fertilizer or are you protecting the egg? Hi. Okay, they draw the line at also opening up cupboards. Fertilizer. At least the seat is comfy. Oh dear. All right. Is on a comfy seat. You've traveled a long way. See them. Yeah. Blew that level wide open. You have found all of the objectives. What would you like to do? Well, I think we'll mosey on through time. The Viking ritual underway. Ooh. Oh, this looks spooky. Oh dear. Okay, here we go. Odin's watching from above. So on a roof or right here. Okay, got that one and wide. We can only find these on one side of the forest, like the northern side, like way up here. What are these ones? Only find these on one side of the forest, like up here, right? Alright, oh yeah, it's partially obscured by the tree. So you don't want me to find this feather, huh? I wonder if they ever come back and have, like, additional things to find. Not in my experience. I guess a red herring. Watch out, your dagger has fallen out of your ceremonial dress. Oh dear, that must be embarrassing. Let's see if we can find one's misplaced dagger. Well, everyone that's, oh wait. Okay, maybe... everyone is ceremoniously dressed, I would say. No matter what they're up to. Any other buildings I can click a poon? That's a big old skull back there. What would that belong to? Hi there. Oh, no, they're on duty. Oh, there it is. Right next to you. Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious where it is. Ah, the giant died with a sword in his hand, so this must be the head of the giant. That must be the sword right here. Yeah. They keep on going deeper and deeper into our forest. I must inform the king. Oh dear. The wolves? I mean, you're the lookout. Do you mean these cultists? In general. Careful, don't trip over it on your way to the ceremony. Well, that's, yeah, a big old rock in the path. And he volunteered for this ritual, no worries. The centerpiece of the table. one was actually pretty easy. We didn't even go to this building whatsoever. Boink. Fishing party. Woo! Party! 8 things. The more the merrier, guys. Load me up. I don't want to get through these too quick. Mind you, I say that now. I feel like the later ones have tons of stuff. Okay. Okay. We don't usually use this kind of boat, but I have to admit that it's a nice one. Nice one. This one doesn't fit, but I use it regardless. There's nothing greater than a father-son fishing trip. I guess. There we go. She was hiding on the figurehead of the ship. We didn't see a thing. Well, you're right there. Sitting on that moose. Damn it. Oh, no, sorry. That's not bait. Get it out of the water. Silly. Damn it, I dropped my necklace on a block of ice. Well, that narrows it down. There you go. That seagull's claimed it, though. He was feeding on the dead dragon. Must have a really good taste. This guy. Feeding on the dead dragon. Thank the gods I didn't forget my meat. I hope my campfire doesn't set the boat on fire, though. Well, alright. Look for the boat with a campfire, and there's a big honk of meat on it. They are so efficient that they reeled in a giant sword. So it's already on the boat, or it's on its way to the boat. There you go, they reeled in a giant sword. Next level. Going a little faster than I thought, but that's alright. Afternoon stream today is all about just chilling out. Everyone's having a nice holiday week as we wind down our year of streaming. Tomorrow night's GWA presents Christmas Carnage stream. Our last of the year. So we're taking the rest of the year off. Certainly continuing the Have Yourself a Gnarly Little Christmas in the Discord, but we'll be on stream until January 3rd. Of course, that's after tomorrow's excitement. Hang on. This new hammer is very different from the previous one, so we have sort of everything blending together here. Why do they have giants on their side? So they're attacking the culty people, sure. Where do the elves factor into all of this? Do they just like peace out? Okay, I know it is Viking times. I'm just curious. There you go. Oh yeah, there's your hammer. That must be Thor. He is not a slave, just a nice guy who wants to help. This guy on the bellows. All right. Odin uses him to keep an eye on the giants, but he may end up being toasted if he doesn't move quickly. Careful. This isn't coal, giant. Oh dear. Wait, what does that mean? Is it fluff from the giant's head? Please tell me it's fluff and not giant poop. This isn't coal, giant. You can barely see what that is or where. He hasn't washed himself for months. It was about time, so he's getting dunked. So here's your proof that my helmet isn't that big. Here's your proof that my helmet isn't that big. Is there somebody with a larger helmet? Yes, there they are around bigger helmets. No enchantment without magic runes. Yeah. Rune. Just a very specific rock we're on the search for. Alright, let's go rockin'. Let's rock and roll. Well, I see a lot of rocks. I might just start clicking. Don't tempt me. I might just start clicking away. Hey guys. Sure. Okay, we're just lined up over here. Is this an... No. I mean, he's blacksmithing. Oh, there's the enchanting station, I guess. Yeah, these are all like shiny rocks. That's just a plain one. Like... We should have a spare raven's skull around here somewhere. That's on a first come, first served basis, I would understand. Okay, there's a tiny little skull. Amongst all the other skulls. All right, mortals can pass, but what about the dead? That's a good question. Oh, must be in and amongst them then. Oh, they can't pass this gate? Only one chair for all these people. Okay, so those aren't buildings so much as they are ovens. Only one chair on this whole scene for all of these people. Where might that chair be and who might be using it? There's a dog curled up on it or something. Well, there you are. In the line. I guess just that part of the line gets to rest when need be. Invasion! Uh-oh. Who are we invading? Each other, it seems. Alright. Come on, you can pass me your shield. I need it for the boat. So over here. Pass me your shield. You pass me a shield. If you want to throw away my lucky charm, you'll have to go through me first. Alright. I take it to mean these are significant in Viking times. The lucky charm of a Viking totem, I suppose. Oh hey, can you hear me? I forgot to tie the rope. Oh dear. So someone is adrift, perhaps. Or there's a pile. Oh, there we go. They're adrift. Oh dear. Our longship is the strongest. So saith this helmet. Which one looks strongest? I would hope it would be this one. I'd prefer to stay away, but I'm not much of a fighter. Like any of these sheep? Yeah. Hello, sheeps. Hello, sheeps. You're on the wrong boat, sheep. Okay. Our longship is the strongest. How can you guarantee that visually? Prove that to me, game. Looking for nice two-horn helmet with a yellow band, everybody. We're getting the yellow band back together. Nope, that one's discarded. Doesn't match the description. These two. Unless it's on this person who's behind here. Oh, can't do much with the sails. Interesting. It's got the totem. Nobody's wearing a helmet. Perhaps it's a crash longship. Alright, zooming out. Zooming out. Our longship is the strongest. Oh, I didn't even notice this guy. Hey, buddy. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt you. Lost in thought, no doubt. No. But I can't close that again. Oh, we have little friends over here. Yeah, I'm gonna keep moving around. Oh, that comb looks important. She likes to look pretty. There you go. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong spot. Perhaps it's on the... There we go. Haha, I was looking on the ship when I should have been looking on the figurehead. Why did you take all this? You don't even know the name of the fruit. So they're coming back from the island. Oh wow. Perhaps it's all this, aplenty. There we go. Something stuck in the sail. Alright, check the sails quick for arrows. Oh. There we go. Too cold. Right there. Near meat. Fresh meat is close. this thing. It's back here. This guy. Yeah! And off we trot. Further through time. Took a second to grab a little water there. You know what? I'm going to grab a little more. Because I have to pronounce Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil. It's the best I'm going to be able to do. Yggdrasil. I use that every time I get a cold. Works great. She feeds on the leaves of the tree and you'll never guess what comes out of her udders. Mead. Oh, alright. Well, is there like a... Oh my gosh, look at these fantasy critters. Is there clearly a tree that should be providing mead? Where you at? Little two-tone critter? Is that a goat? Where you at, little goat? Oh, there you are. Way up here nibbling. The three witches weave the destiny of each man. Their magic is powerful. Ah, yes. Mother... Wait. It's like Maiden, Mother, and Crone or something like that. Mimir, the talking head of the Western Spring, knows all sorts of things, yet he doesn't know where his body is. Oh, that's too bad. Wait, is that the body then? I found it, buddy. We can reunite you. It'll feel so good. There you are. Only Odin knows the meaning of the runes. Is this old Odin One Eye over here? That's sort of the same rock we had to look for last time. Same shape, at least. Oh, here's some runes. Let's look at Rooney. Eh? Slip it a Mickey. It's looking Rooney. We need this hammer again? Nah, we'll leave it where it is. How'd you get up there, little? I mean, never mind. You stuck to the sides all your way, on the way up. Only Odin knows. Well, my man, what do you know? You look Odin-y. Only because of the eye patch. Alright, let's move on for now. One of the witch's sources of power, question mark. A flame staff. Is it near the witchy bones? Oh, more or less. The roots of Yggdrasil can create wonders. Like this little stone. Dragons love treasure, it's a well-known fact. Is this your representation of a dragon, then? Yeah, there's a hoard of treasure behind it. Don't quite see this weird thing, though. I guess that's a sideways diamond? We'll just start clicking in their stash. See if something twinkles properly. Nope. Oh, alright, close enough. Even kings succumb to magic. Just follow the bones. Just follow the bones! Okay. Where do the bones start? I mean, there's a bunch up here. I mean, all these? Lots of bones strewn about. Oh, yeah. They do mean they're right there. That's fun. Alright. I can circle back to this rock here, Odin. I'd really like to... I mean, like this thing embedded in this? Okay, gotcha. The birds of Yggdrasil only choose the golden trees for their nests. Well, that certainly narrows things down. Thank you. There we are, in the golden tree. The fruits growing on this land can sometimes be a bit different. What's so different about an aubergine? Or an eggplant? I've seen that axe already. But I've seen so many axes already today. Who has an eggplant? Do you have it in your weird witchy stew? No. Is there a froggy nibbling on an eggplant? Nope. Has you guys seen the eggplant? There it is. I don't know if they necessarily grow in trees, but sure. Now, last thing. To be buried here, it must have been someone important. Alright, so it's at a gravesite. One of these fine warriors left their ex behind. We remembered always. Where are you? Where are you? Or do you mean one of the snowmen? Oh, that would have been funny. Forever immortalized in the eternal winters of Yggdrasil. Okay. Odin, you sure you haven't seen this guy's axe? Yeah, think on it a little bit. Let me know. Hi. That's a strange sound. Was it like a burp? Okay, there we go. The Lone Warrior Tomb. Next. Oh, back to reality. Oop, there goes gravity. Ooh, cool. Oh, bet this keeps the zombies out. This weapon is perfect. I will use it to bring glory to my family. All right, let's see somebody that has made someone a nice mace. He just has to wait for the warriors to leave, then he can attack. Oh, he's just gonna bide his time then. Somewhere. I would assume they're animated. So I'm looking for movement in the trees. As well as... There, see? Oh dear. Oh dear. Look, you guys can't see or smell that critter? Like, everyone has that sense where they can tell that, like, another living creature is around, right? Another, like, sentient being that may possibly mean them harm. We must contain the dead. I hope this ritual works. Oh dear. Where are the dead getting into trouble? Oh, up here. Okay. Are you guys doing a ritual? Let's check this spot first. No. How about in here? Alright, there we go. Sorry, kid, you can't raid with us yet. Oh, alright. Where's this kiddo trying to be a big man? Trying to be a big shot. Are we recruiting? First off, we're going to open up all of these. Up close. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, I mean, I think this is this. That's the clue for it. It's rare to find this kind of cloth here. I'll take your entire stock. There we go. Boink. Boink. Oh, a library of sorts. I guess they're meant to... Oh. Warrior Queen. Whoa, there we go. There, this kiddo. Trying to mix and mingle. Also a pile of treasure. Nice treasure, old man. You must be a great warrior. The greatest treasure is family! Alright, don't worry. After I sacrifice you, you'll join the gods. Oh, okay then. No problem. Let's see where that's happening. Jehovah's not the sheep. I would have thought it would have been those two. That's a different ritual of sorts. Oh. That's just a bear. The boat builder is a lonely guy. Thankfully, he has a great pet. Done. Okay. Who's getting ritually sacrificed here? Maybe it's out in the open? It's rather brazen. Where are you? Your ceremonial dagger. A lot going on in most of these. I figure it's like two people. One to do the sacrifice and one to get sacrificed. Ah, it is the sheep. That's gross. Chased by wolves, he didn't have a choice but to hide here. What I'm looking for the wolf that chased them. More than I am the person that's hiding. Oh, wait. Aw, wait. They were chased by these wolves? Oh, wait. Maybe that's an Arctic fox. He was frozen a long time ago and didn't rise like the others. Too long ago, perhaps. Or too thickly frozen. Didn't rise like the others. Oh, stayed put. I hope no one notices that it's missing. Now let's play. Some kiddos have it. Somebody's fancy helmet. Looking for a fancy helmet, then we can move on. Looking for a fancy helmet until the break of dawn. Where's the oh, there it is. On top of the snowman. Love it. Alright, off we go to the next level. Ragnarok! Well, I would imagine this must be the last level. If we're at Ragnarok. Unless we get a Valhalla. Ooh, a dozen things to find. And look at all of the activity. Oh my goodness gracious me. Let's back out as much as we can. Look at the size. Look at the cluster of F going on here. Okay. First and foremost, I'm going to use this for one of my rituals. Doink! Right there. That was... Oh. Getting real close to the page in a Where's Waldo book here. Protect the Queen. Okay, so everyone is a feuding and a fussing? There's Queenie. You really think you can calm them down with a bucket of water? Like the dragons? Bucket of water. I mean, that's probably for all the myriad of fires. Oh no, I forgot my bracelet on the dresser. On the dresser, so to me that means I gotta start looking at people's homes. Anybody have a dresser? And upon it, a bracelet? It's really a two-part question. Never mind, found it. Help me! Oh. Are you being burned at the stake for being a witch? Help me! I don't want to take sides here. I don't think my locating them is necessarily help, maybe, so. Okay, chilling out. Battle's outside, lady. Oh no, she's about to burn. Oh dear. Soon enough, I will bury my treasures. I mean, you're kind of in the middle of something. It seems to be the end of times. An army of dragons. The undead have risen. It's Vikings versus elves. There are giants run amok. It's a big day. Maybe hold off on the treasure burying. See if you survive. Well, there's also giant elf people, or is that like a Valkyrie? I'm kind of looking for treasure. Kind of looking for a shovel. Moving on, clue-wise. These Draugr are on a date. Well, that's cute. I wonder if they'd be inside. I don't know if there's much inside left. Okay. I don't know what monster that word means, or that, you know, what that relates to. But I will keep moving around. Is it these guys? Those are the ones that do the rituals and whatnot. Moving on. Actually, I don't know how to read runic inscriptions. It's, you know, I should have said something sooner, but it's gonna slip my mind. Man, this is very densely packed. Can I just wasp this? I can. That's interesting. I wish it were a little smoother. Whoa! Or oh, a click and drag. I can click and drag. That's nice. You sure this isn't anything important? You're just repeating old treasure? Or old clues and stuff. Okay, well, lots of bears, but I think they want one in particular. There you go. If you stay close to me, everything should be okay. Oh, that's cute. I'm just gonna try to get as much as I can. That tree was probably precious, so I'm assuming it's one that's been burning, or is burning. Catapult me on top of that giant. Am I looking for some sort of teeter-totter? There you go, yeah. Jump on there, lady, so he can rocket to victory. Okay, got that. She's a big fan of giant fights, so they have a good seat to watch the giants fight. Somewhere. Okay, okay. Oh, but if I look for one thing, more things will just sort of click into place, like this. They don't really know how to read those, but there they are. And then whatever this date night means. Maybe it's the... Because the ritual involving this item was sort of to stop the undead. Yeah, they're on a date over here. Cute. Alright, so, looking for somebody with treasure to bury. And a goose that's peeping the giant fights. Oh, there you go. There's a good giant fight. Who's got a good seat? I mean, the foxes got a good seat. They look like they're actually just having a conversation. How are the kids? Not bad. You want to pretend to bop me a little bit? Sure. Bop, bop, bop. Oh, there you go. There's a big giant fight. Alright, treasures to bury, or they didn't bury them in time. So it's like, you know, it's just the shovel remains. Shovel remains. Okay, checking the outskirts of the battle. I don't see anything treasure-worthy. I don't know. I would assume you wouldn't bury things in the middle of the village, but who knows? So many bears. Just scared. So many frightened bears. And foxes and wolves. You're scaring the animals, guys. Can't you take your fight somewhere else? The answer is unfortunately no. Everything has to happen somewhere. Okay. Just cruising. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Bury those treasures. There we go. Oh, yeah. There we go. Valhalla should probably be the last Viking level. Here we go. What do we got? I can't eat in peace when there's a battle going on right next to me. That would be over here, right? Anywhere along here. Or the other side, even. Anyone on the outskirts? I feel like the middle tables, you can just ignore it. I feel like there's also constantly fighting, so what are you gonna do? My oh my. Rather expensive once again. Come on, little hammer. Where you at? Boop, boop, boop. Checking things out, looking on the outskirts, looking for a Molyneux. Hello? There it is. Alright. Horn o' Plenty. I have to use it when I see someone trying to get through the door. Oh, okay. So is that... You mean these gates? Whoop. Whoop. Or... No, I don't know about those. It's the only real door I see, though. So I would think it would be somebody close by. Alright, who's got the prime position and very important duty of making sure that nobody crashes the party? looked at them and made sure that Odin made it. Oh, he's already there. He's been there. He comes back. He doesn't die so much as go into the Odin sleep. And whilst there, he vacations in Valhalla. That's how badass Odin is. Alright, well, putting a pin in that and looking for the snowman now. Snowman. Golden horn. Likely obscured. Snowman. Not a lot of snow people representation, I gotta admit. Not a lot of snow peeps. A lot of blank area. A lot of nothing. Also a lot of stiff. Okay. A carrot. Eat fat or eat healthy? I gotta look for a single carrot? Okay, hidden through time. You got it. It's the last level, and they're pulling out all the stops. Find the teeniest, tiniest little items. We double dog dare ya. Alright, I still want to know who's guarding the gate. With this horn. I have to use it when I see someone trying to go through the door. So I would assume... It's not... They wouldn't put something on somebody moving. I mean, that would be dope. But I don't think they would do that. Yeah, I don't see the horn on any of them either. Okay. Let's continue scrolling around. Oop. Get a little closer. Alright, keep your peepers peeled for a carrot, a snowman. Oh, there you are. Snowman found. Looking for that horn still. I don't know why, but I'm assuming it's somebody nearby. Is this the shield I'm looking for? My table neighbor left without a shield. There we go. Oh, scratched it off the list. We're down to just what I can see on screen. Another orange helmet. A sentimental treasure. I see. Is it then... Use this as a centerpiece? Nope. It's hidden away back here. I know I should have worn a blue outfit like all these people around me. Everybody's in blue and they're in white. Well, they're all in white. You should be hanging out with them. I don't see a lot of people, like, exclusively dressed in blue either. Perhaps at one of the tables. Oh my. There we go. Did you happen to see a carrot, guys? Up and down these banquet tables? Looking for one carrot. In this whole dinner spread. A single carrot. Who else is eating? I mean, there's more fruits, there's more vegetables. There's certainly frying up enough pig. One delicious carrot amongst all of this food. There's no guarantee it's going to be near the other food. Oh, I just realized that table got thrown over. That's funny. I'm looking for parts of the picture, so I tend not to even see the whole picture. Fight me, the winner gets a weapon. What does the loser get? A bandage. There's lots of fighty me's going on here. And little knivey poos. We need a specific knife with a little boop on the handle. If it don't got that handle boop, we don't want it. Winner gets a weapon. Perhaps they're, it's a blacksmith fight. Or they have weapons to spare. Certainly not, it's not at the dinner table, is it? Just trying to have a nice time and unwind after a long life of fighting battles And you gotta start static over the dinner table in their version of heaven. Chill out, Vikings. You've earned a little R&R. Okay, moving on. Sit down on this stool. You can't walk in a straight line anymore. So we're looking for some drunkard. They're sitting on this stool. I hid my treasure under the table. Okay. Well, that gives me a good place to look. Under the table. There it is. These little boops. Food on the ground attracts bugs. Okay, so that would be probably over here. Where food hath been spilled. Perhaps there are more spots where food is on the ground. I see no bug. Moving along. Those don't look like bugs either, but that's food on the ground. A tiny key, I just noticed that. The key to Valhalla is well hidden in a very original place. Like under the front mat. Under the front mat. Yeah. Okay. That one was easy to figure out. I still have to look for this golden horn, which I would assume, I'm probably wrong though, it would be somewhere near the gate, because the clue is they have to use it when they try to see someone, or I have to use it when I see someone trying to get through the door. To me, that means it should be somewhere someone has a good vantage point, or at least somewhere nearby. It might be derelict in duty, though. There's a lot of, like, fights brewing on the outskirts of things. Way out here, though? I don't know. Are you fighting that by or being friends with it? You better be friends with it. Okay, food on the ground attracts bugs. Let's look for more spots where there's food on the ground. That's weaponry. I mean, the most obvious spot is where a table's been flipped over. But I see no bugs. I see no buggy boo. What are you, little lizard? Wrong folklore, little boy. Anyway, how are you still alive? Interesting. Wrong folklore, little boy. And a single carrot. Keep your eyes peeled for a single carrot at this sumptuous feast that we must also find. Oh, more food on the ground. And a bug in there. Perfect. Alright, narrowing it down. Is Odin in charge of blowing the horn? That wouldn't be prudent. You could make wiser decisions than that. He's gonna be plastered. I don't know what door it is that they're trying to keep people out of. I mean, we have those gates. It's my first instinct. But again, would that not mean you'd want the nice big golden horn somewhere close by? So if you saw any shenanigans, you could report them. Right, fair enough. Alright. A carrot, a dagger, a lizard, and a horn. It's like a weird advent. Just some random symbols that are stamped into the chocolate or whatever. Okay, come on, golden horn. I see a lot of other horns aplenty, but there's only one that looks. There should be only one that looks functional. Perhaps I'm like, maybe my thinking in the scale of it is off. Perhaps it's enormous, and I'm just like looking for something small, or vice versa. Alright, what am I doing way up here? Wrong folklore. Little boy, anyway, how are you still alive? Oh wait, maybe they mean the kid that shouldn't have been with the army. So he had, I want to say red clothes and like a silver helmet that was too big for him. Is he at the banquet perhaps, or is he still trying to fight? Okay, through there. I'm assuming they mean the kid. Well, wait, if this is Valhalla, I don't think he's still alive. Don't you die gloriously in battle and then you get sent here? Isn't that how it works? I do not see anybody dressed as that kiddo was last time. But everything is similarly attired and colored for a reason. Hey everybody. Let's play a quick game. If you have a carrot on your table, hold it up. First one to hold up the carrot on their table wins a prize. Odin will sort it out later. I'm not getting any help on this carrot business. Eat fat or eat healthy? Oh wait, maybe it's an animal that has that decision. Oh, there it is. It is in fact the humans that have the decision. Way over here, that big old pile of meat. Okay. Tiny dagger. Fight me. The winner gets the weapon. So, okay, that leads me to believe this challenge of combat. Oh, there it is. Excellent. There they are. I was going to say that they're neither of them must be armed if they're throwing down a weapon and saying that's the prize, but whatever. There it is. All right. Now, wrong folklore, little boy. Anyway, how are you still alive? That's the lizard clue. And then this freaking horn. I still think it would be cool if it was on somebody that was like moving around, but I don't see any horns on any of these Valkyries. Wrong folklore, little boy. And then how are you still alive? Wrong folklore. Does that mean that they're dressed inappropriately to be a Viking? Like, is there just a random Egyptian soldier or something? Or, let's see. I'm still rather curious as to who has the best vantage point to be blowing some horn to warn of danger at this feast where everyone is clearly distracted. Tables have been flipped over, there's fights breaking out all over the place. Their guard wolves look bored. I'm just gonna start clicking everything yellow until the proper yellow thing gets pressed. Is it this loaf of bread? Here, lizard, lizard, lizard. Alright, we're zooming in. Zoomy, zoomy, zoomy. Wrong folklore. I don't really know what they mean by the word, using the word folklore. Okay. Wherefore art thou, lizard? And horn. It's got to be a scale thing. It's like I don't know if it's 1-to-1. Certainly that bug is smaller. And again, it depends on how zoomed in you are as well. We'll stick with it. We're not giving up now. I think this is the last Viking level, so we shall take our time. Alright, anywhere you see a horn, look for one that is golden. And anywhere you see a child, look for a nearby lizard, chastising it. For some strange reason. How are you still alive? Alright, so the witches they just let hang around in their little corner, do their thing. That's nice. What do you say, chicken? Any idea? I don't think there's anything to open. So, this is two people, I mean, it's the lizard talking to the person, or it's two people talking to each other. And there happens to be a lizard nearby. How are you still alive? And they're... wrong folklore. Does that mean they're dressed weirdly in this scene? But even if they're dressed weirdly, it would still be within the palette. Oh, this is tough. Come on, little lizard. Wherefore art thou? And it comes down, as it so often does, to the lizard and the horn. As I light further braziers, perhaps illuminating the problem from a different angle. Come on, little lizard. Looking for everything green and gold on screen. Green and gold. I've probably passed by it several times. I see a lot of fish on sticks. That doesn't help me find a lizard, though. Just because it's fairly plainly designed. Oh, this horn thing's driving me nuts, too. Like, why wouldn't it just be right by... somebody right by the door would probably want that. Or you should probably assign it to them if a thing like that gets assigned. What if I just open the doors? No. Alright, well. Still looking. Is someone trying to fight a child? Not that I can tell. Okay, so I gotta stop being distracted by all the moving bits, because it's never gonna be something that's moving, I don't think. Have y'all seen the doorbell? It's a giant gold horn, kind of curvy. Like, I know you have a lot of goblets and stuff that are horn-shaped. I know there's a lot of horn going on. I know a lot of you are horny. But maybe rattle some trees or something? Can I snuff out all the fires? I will snuff out all the fires and cast this place into darkness until I get some answers. I mean, I would if I could. But I can't, so I won't. Okay. Man. I feel like I've looked at all of the proper battle, which is on the outskirts. I don't really see little boy. I don't really see any kids. So back to the tables. Doink, doink, doink. All the way zoomed in. Let's check these tables. Looking for a horn that's shaped like this. Golden horn. Not these cornucopias. And some soldier who is clearly a small child and not a grown adult. Even though, if they're here, they died in battle. Because this is Valhalla. And they're dressed weird? I don't know. Wrong folklore. I don't personally know the Viking folklore, so I don't know what that means. Like, if I'm to immediately recognize, well, that's not Viking, you silly Billy. That's, you know, X century medieval England or something. Alright. There's a bug. See a bug. Anything green could be a lizard. And over the table, under the table, on the benches, near Odin. So close. Okay, keep it rolling, keep it rolling. lizardly shaped anything. Better not be hiding out near a bunch of other green stuff too. That would be rude. Yeah, this one's a stumperdoodle. It's not good. I was going to say, just because this thing has 2 dots, do not tell me those are like lizard eyes. Good stuff. The thing is, I don't even know if it's on the table. Like, I don't know if it has anything to do with being on or around the table. I'm just looking for green things. And whatever scenario might be, wrong folklore little boy, anyway, how are you still alive? And this one, I have to use it when I see someone trying to get through the door. So that to me is someone who should be at least paying attention to the front door, preferably near it. But we have had 0 luck in figuring out these last 2 clues. Little boy. That so obviously doesn't belong here. There's a lizard nearby. Either the one saying that or just observing the confrontation. Let's try clicking on anything gold. Oh, there it is. Oh, so you're guarding this door. That's absurd. All right, we are down to just the lizard. We are looking for an obvious little boy amongst all of these grown male and female warrior. I guess they're ghosts? Spirits? Spirits. Spirits across the gender spectrum. Okay, Just looking for green stuff. I'm just gonna start clicking on green stuff. Anything green. Anything green gets clipped. Yeah, click, 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 click. Green, 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 green. Anything green. Your shield, these pants, anything and everything that's green. Arr, arr. Lots of fun sounds. Arr. Arr. Grroo. Lizard. Come on now. Ah. Green things, green things, green things. Ha. Ich. Woof. Hurrah. Okay, deep breath. That's not helping. Just clicking randomly. Okay. Wrong folklore, little boy. Anyway, how are you still alive? Does that mean they're out here? Because that's the only way they'd be alive. If they're not here yet. That would mean that there's a lizard nearby. At like what, the base of a tree? How dare you? I doubt it. Okay, little bits of green to hide behind. Little vaguely lizard-shaped things sticking out from behind stuff. Let's see. Looking for anything green and meaningful as I search around. No, I don't see any little boys over there. Nothing for lizard to hide behind. Anything green would be obvious all throughout these battles. And the front. Which leads me to believe it's somewhere down one of these banquet tables. Yeah, but I thought the horn would be close to the door and it was way at the back for a completely different gate. So this could be a comparatively little boy, in that we are dealing with immortal gods in some cases. What's up, Odin? Yeah. you too. As well. Alright, we're zooming and we're scrolling. Here, lizard, lizard, lizard. Come on now, lizard. Again, I'll just click some green stuff. Ugh. Is it a child in a bear costume? That's a weird sound. I don't know what that would represent. Okay, checking the next table. Everybody looks like they belong. Next table. Fight has broken out. Okay. Now at the back of this thing. Oof, lots going on. Lots going on. My eyes are starting to hurt. My brain's getting sleepy. Looking for this thing so hard. Come on, little buddy. This green, possibly mint lizard is all that is preventing us from perhaps exploring a different timeline. Moving on, most certainly. Come on now. Where you at? Wrong folklore, little boy. Anyway, how are you still alive? Those words shall taunt me into the end of my days. Wrong folklore, little boy, I shall hear in my dreams. Anyway, how are you still alive? And then I wake in a fright, clutching at my nightgown, drenched in sweat. I don't really know. No one is an obvious child in and amongst all these other people. And I've already, thoroughly examined, at least I think I have, all of these fights on the outskirts of this dinner. Looking for green things, looking for a size disparity or a style disparity or something that would indicate they're most definitely of a different time and place, certainly a different age bracket, but nothing is happening here. There we go. Let me light that up again for you. Okay, this doesn't seem to be combat. It's just kind of people posturing. With over here. Not a lot of fighting going on. Alright, more confrontations. I don't see any, even the possibility for any lizard to be hiding so out in the open like this. It's got to be something that it's so glaringly obvious that I've seen it a bajillion times, but I just haven't actually seen it, you know what I mean? Okay, once again, to the tables. Everyone's chilling. These people look like they're the same age. Everyone looks like they're appropriately attired. I mean, I am getting inappropriately tired, but they all look appropriately attired. That's a fork. Looking under benches as well. Okay, let's slide over here. Everybody here looks like they belong. There's the bug that we found. Move on down the line here. Just clicking on anything green. Okay, this is the last set of tables here. And everyone is, for the most part, just trying to eat their meal. That was the person hidden amongst the others. Wrong folklore little boy. Is he speaking... Are they speaking to a smaller lizard? Anyway, how are you still alive? Are there like dragons and there's a tiny lizard among them? No. Is it amongst the animals? Entirely. Is this a conversation amongst beasts? Not that I can tell. These two. We are spending a lot of time at this dinner. More than I intended, but we're going to stick with it. Let's see. I'm trying to take it all in. See if I can just sort of check the menu. What other options might I have? Okay, autosave. Sure. I can't imagine trying to play this game without the music and stuff. It's most of the atmosphere. Okay, I'm just gonna zone out for a sec and try to take as much of this in as possible. Let's see. A Space Cat is trying to run up and down the hallway at the moment. That's not helpful, buddy. Not helpful at all. Okay, let's see. What do we have over here? A lot of conflict. And again, I don't see size disparity or style disparity or anything that would indicate clearly talking to a little girl. Let's see. And then on this side, more conflict, but again, little girl, little boy. I don't see anything that would indicate that they aren't all groaned. Know what I'm saying? Oh, wait a minute. Oh my god. By the fire. Who's the little boy here, though? Hang on one second. Oh, that is it for the Viking thing. But... wrong folklore, little boy. Anyway, how are you still alive? Is the... because they're blue? No, that person has that too. Who? What little boy? Okay, I am baffled at that, but we did it! Wow, I can't believe zoning out. I was just sort of like half scanning stuff. Okay, story mode once more. Bonk! We've done this, we just completed Viking Tales, off to Japan. Alright, here we go. The temple. We shall enter the temple. One of these is not like the others. I can see it already. It's these little stone critters. There you go. Present your offerings to the spirits. Is that a little spirit mailbox? Okay, oh, there it is. Over there. please take off your shoes in the hall. So let's open up the hall and shoe rack. Oh no, I forgot my umbrella. Who looks like they're in danger of getting all wet? Or we can at least find their umbrella for them. Hi. Where'd you leave that brolly? There it is. Oh no, it's too high, I'm getting dizzy. Are they on a tree? On the roof of something? These look like animals from like a 1930s cartoon. I don't know what animal they're supposed to be though. Oh no, there you are. Poor thing. This plant grows near water. Well, I mean, there's a lot of it. Water, that is. It's this one. It's not this one? Oh, maybe not. It's this one. Next. The hot springs. We find a bucket. An empty bucket. Empty bucket. Where have they stuck it? The empty bucket. Someone just said. Found it. He took my outfit up the tree. Well, so I know it's up a tree. Looking in the trees, doing as I please. Where is this guy's geese? I'm looking in the trees. Oh, there it is. This pond is so dirty. Look for the filthiest pond. Oh, well, she's trying to clean it with a broom or rake. I like this little buffet. There's even sushi. I don't think there's meant to be. Oh, no, maybe no. There is. This high fountain is very peaceful. Okay. That doesn't look very peaceful, though. High fountain. Or what I think is a black squirrel, but I'm not quite sure. That's not peaceful. There's a burb there. That one's peaceful. More or less. Depending on what those are. What are those? Are those supposed to be monkeys? Maybe, huh? Hard to tell. If I keep a low profile, I could go for a bath. This guy? This guy looks super low profile. Oh, this guy looks kind of creepy. If I keep a low profile... Alright, where's this other person? This guy. Is he not meant to be here? I'm pretty sure I left my pillow near the pond. The pond seems more definitive than you would think, as there are lots of ponds. Why is it so sparkly? Why are you flickering? It seems to be some interference with, like, I don't know. A dude there. Hello, red panda. Okay. Pond pillow. Oh no, I dropped my kunai in the water. I hate when that happens. They'll get all rusty. In the water, though. I don't think I can check in the water. That means it's probably just near a pond or something. That flickering fish is starting to distract me. Flickering fish gonna kick your ass. Roller coaster. Alright, leave your flute here. You won't need it in the springs. Okay. Looking for a flute. Looking for a kunai. If I stack them, they take up less space. Looking for a bowl. Found a bowl. Looking for a flute. Looking for a kunai. Kunai and a flute. Kunai and a flute. Oh. None of these count? That one counts. Okay. Let's focus on these waters. Water 1. Water this one. There was like nothing up here at all. It's just chilling. That's not a complaint, that's just an observation. None of the clues led me to up there. I don't know if it's going to be in the water or nearby. A water source. Froggy, do you have it? Oh, there it is. In the washing water. Off to samurai training, it's about time. I've waited my whole life for this. Haha, you lose. Oh, I mean, not the best shot if you put it in the back wall. During training, we only use fake weapons. Yeah. So, where might that be? Yeah, there's some training. Tending to things. Archery. I'm assuming since it's standing up in the picture, it's going to be standing up in the world. Oh, there we go. In and amongst the others. Can't wait to finish the training and finally eat it. Finally eat it. This right here. I'm so stealthy, no one notices me. Oh, that's cute. Where's the bat? I wonder if it's hiding from the people or the owls. Why is there a bird creature? I'm assuming that's a kappa as well. Okay, I wonder what the bird thing is. Looking for a stealthy bat. Too stealthy for me so far. Wait, there you are. Ha, that's funny. The wings are up. I want the fruit. It wants the fruit. I shall find fruit, and I shall find you nearby. Sushi, non-fruit. Oh, here's some fruit, and here's the little critter. You guys are terrible, let me know, or let me show you the skills of a real sensei. Okay. Thank you for the towels. Can you leave now? I'm quite shy. That's her back there. This is no place for a child. Leave it once. Like just in general? How are kids supposed to learn? Oh, there. And just relaxing under the trees with a pan flute. Who's got a pan flute just chilling under the trees? Oh. Under that tree right there. Off we go. Peaceful retreat. That's kind of what this whole afternoon is about. Just chilling, enjoying the hidden and sometimes not so hidden objects. Look at how cute these things are. That's not the right one? What's he doing here? He's not a troll. Oh, under the bridge. There you go. Someone should put a ladder here. Look at the spirits. Cute. A discarded grappling hook? Sure. He was once a great samurai, but he left that life behind. Is that like put the samurai armor on a scarecrow in the backyard type of deal, or is it in one of these buildings? There it is. Humans are really good at cooking, and I'm really good at eating. So, is somebody cooking something? There they are. A tanuki. You're scaring everyone here, go away. Who, the bat? Nah, bats are cute. They're like flying dogs. Little flappy boys. There you are. Oh, talking to the ghosts. Ghost, 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 ghost. It looks like a beach, but beware, it may be a trap. Oh, the rock garden. Yeah. I think this tool might be too big. So small something, big tool. There you go. Is he hiding or just stuck? Uh-oh. So he's stuck in a tree? Might be stuck in that thicket, I guess. It's not really abandoned. The owner was just a bit dumb and a big fan of hide and seek. What does that mean? It's not really abandoned. They were just too good at hide and seek? Yep. Wowzers. I'm pretty sure that the gods don't only drink tea. Okay. Pretty sure the gods don't only drink tea. Oh! Big stretch, by the way. That was a huge stretch. Oh, yeah. Oh, I felt good. Okay. Little ball of something, something for the gods, huh? Would that be in a shrine situation? Like right there. Aha, a little bottle of sake. Near the altar. The rice fields. Find this dumpling. Find this single dumpling. Somebody stole my dumpling, and it's up to you to track it down. On an all-new Dumpling Files. That's something? Nothing. Oh, it is something. This charm blesses the harvest. Ooh. You got any dumplings around? What about this charm? Secondary protections? That's right, I'm checking every single barrel. Every single whatever. I'm checking all over the place. Where there's a red panda. Hi. I'm looking for a dumpling. Have you guys seen a dumpling? Oh, these I can put the lids back on. Some things I can't. That's fun. Kappa, kappa, kappa. Got a fraternity going on up here. There you go. He looks like his friend. There's gotta be something in here, like this. I have to get a clean towel from the warehouse. We made it. I wonder why I can put those back on, but I can't close buildings. Empty cup. Not a dumpling in sight. Getting kinda stumbling, trying to find this dumpling. Get a little stumbling, looking for a dumpling. That's a big feast. Anybody nearby perhaps get a dumpling? Man, there's bats all over the place in Japan too. But I gotta find hidden paths. Okay. Looking for a dumpling. Finding other things on the way. What do we got? It's too hot to work. Saith whom? Who is taking a break? Needing a fan. Perhaps. Or a butterfly. Could be a butterfly. That's my scanning noise as I'm looking across the screen. Isn't it soothing? What's this, just abandoned? Oh no, it fell in the river. Oh, okay. Let me check the waters for un chapeau. There you go. Fell in the water. Lighting the lantern brings divine protection. Cool, 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 cool. Good to be divinely protected every now and again, if you can help it. Where might that lantern be? That we might define protections. There we go. I can't actually light it though. This fighting fish has defeated every fish in its river. Yeah, there's like dead fish here. Dead fish. Dead fish. Let's go with this guy. Great day to fish. Certainly not in that spot. Who's doing well? Not quite as well as is represented there. Who's got fish to hang? Russell, Russell. Last time they made a weird laugh. Yeah, like that. Oh, there we go. Big old fishy times. Kappa territory. Makes sense. There we go. Alright, that dumpling. And it's too hot to work. I wonder if that person stole a dumpling and is now slacking off. Let's see. Just chilling today. Okay. Snow doesn't register quite as nicely as I was hoping, but that's okay. Anybody seen a dumpling? Are you the ones that are missing a dumpling? Also looking for whatever that is. Like some shade or a butterfly. Wait, is that a kite? Oh, maybe they're flying a kite. No, nobody looks like they're flying a kite. Somebody that's slacking off because they say it's too hot to work. Or perhaps it's too hot to fly a kite. But the kite still exists. Alright. Any idea why they put the little ropes around the rocks? Why they put belts on? Keep their rock pants up. Oh, there it is. Too hot to work. Oh, it's a fan. I get it now. It's a fan. Alright, but are you sitting down and having a delicious dumpling? Who's got that dumpling? It's the last thing we need to find. I could have sworn it was an onion, but sure, it's a dumpling. Who got it? Who snagged that dumpling? Fess up. We can all go home. Another big spread. Who's got that dumpler? There you go, a little monkey took it. Next. Oh, this took a turn. Off to the cemetery. I mean, I guess they honor their dead more than other cultures. Or, I don't know for sure. But it certainly seems to be a big part of theirs. What a lovely cemetery. Foxes love this tree. Okay. Let's look for a foxy tree. Ooh, so foxy. Ooh, the foxiest. Hey, this is the first time they're not having me find a bat. Is this little twisted evil? Okay. Sheltered by the great tree. I mean, most of these trees are pretty great. What's the greatest of them all? Sheltered by the great tree. I don't really see one that, like, is central to a lot of stuff. Maybe this one, I guess? Okay. A great tree. A lot of people came to see her. Over here. Gotcha. This ghost is stuck in the urn. Oh, poor thing. So not one of these ghosts that's just sort of bopping around. Where are you? I mean, it seems fairly obvious which ones are ghosts and which ones aren't. Looks like their ghost butt is trapped in an urn or something. Let's see. Doesn't look like you. It's got a little goatee. It's got a little ghost tea. Trapped in an urn. Yep, man. Alright, we'll move on. Here, my friend, your favorite arrows. What a nice tribute. Right there. I see dead people. Alright, Haley Joel Osment has wandered into the cemetery. And can see a bunch of... Well, this kid can see a bunch of dead people too. There's like 3 or 4 right within their field of vision. You're just talking to one. You're way behind the curve there, kiddo. Alright. Where might... The ghost is stuck in the urn. Oh, I have to find an urn and pop them out. I wonder what the urns look like. Okay, I gotta find an urn and release them. Do these count? There, I gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. And that's how I died. More tea? Well, that's cute. Who's having a tea party? Someone will sit down. Oh, that's all I just released. There they go. Oh, they're talking to each other. Sometimes I leave a bucket of water for the animals to drink. Like the animal ghosts? Or just... Oh, okay, just in the forest. That's nice. The wild boar scared me. I ran away but forgot my pitchfork. Well, there's a number of wild boars. They don't seem so scary, though. There's the pitchfork. It grows near the gods. Okay, well, let me zoom out to get a good look at this particular shape of plant. Grows near the gods. Is this the god? Are these the gods? Are these? No, that's the buried. Where are the gods in this scenario? Where are your gods now? Specifically in this cemetery. Okay. It's always the last one that takes a little bit longer. I feel like these are all godlike things. There's lots of ghostesses around. Okay, I'm looking for this particular shape of tree. It's got a little poof on one side, a poof on the top, not a lot going on in the middle. Kind of looks like this, but as an actual plant. Okay. Having a lot of fun, by the way. I had a lot of fun with this main story, and the fun continues with these other trips down different time periods. I like the sort of interactive Where's Waldo or Where's Wally book type of gameplay. Boink! Simple and satisfying. Uh-oh! We're under attack. Perhaps we should have visited the cemetery afterward, as they might have some new occupants. Oh, cool. Some warfare. Ring the bell to alert nearby villages. Okay. Gong that sucker. Gong goes ding. Gong went ding. Thank you for your help, but we'll be fine. Sumo thinks they've got it. What? Is something happening to the village? Completely oblivious person that has been out gathering stuff? Whoa, who's that? Heat Miser? Is that a village spirit? Oh dear, oh dear. Who's completely oblivious? It must be outside the village, just slightly. If only I could find my bow, then I could help them. Uh-oh. Well, looks like we're off to find it for you. Right. Right. Let's see. Oh, there it is. These arrows seem important too. Oh, wise fish of the waterfall, what is your wisdom? Oh, there it is. Oh man, I forgot my favorite fan. In my bed. In bed. Okay. Oh. I feel like I've uncovered all the beds. Who else has a bed out here? Hey, who wants a bed to buy? Come on, butterfly fan. Butterflyfin. Come on, butterfly fun. Not as satisfying as I was hoping. With my favorite fan. Oh! Whoa! Secondary illuminations. There we go. Whoa, that was a good find too. Let me read the clue now. I am ready to defend myself. I will not leave this house. Yeah, they're not going anywhere. That spirit or whatever might also be on their side. What the crap? I can't close them. By clicking on the parts of the roof, I don't disappear. Well, that's new info. Good that I figured that out halfway through. Okay. All right, so... No, I need you. How am I supposed to leave this village now? Some offerings to the gods. May they protect us all. Yep. Green onions, in amongst that. It was a warning to us. Too bad it didn't make it. Oh, I got stuck way down here. Lost in the battle, this little one is scared. Oh no! Don't be scared, little one. Lost in the battle. Are you in the thick of it? Yeah, you are. Oh, you poor thing. I had to flee, but I forgot my food at the market. Way back here. Village attack sorted! The mansion? I hope it's Luigi's. Oh, super fancy. Okay, we have a dozen things to find. Starting with... They're back. I'm going to scare them with this. Okay. Whatever that may be. Oh. Music and prayers, nothing more relaxing. I accidentally found the one in the middle. Looking for something else. They are back. I'm going to scare them with this. So that's, to me, seems like you're going to try to scare the monkeys? You're going to try to scare some critters? Certainly not like people, I don't think. Oh, there's that guy. Make a wish and it will come true. Or those little djinn or something? That's fun. They are back. I'm going to scare them with this. Nobody looked particularly scared. Need that sword, though. I hope someday I'll be able to join the guard. Good for you. Oh. Something in here must be clickable. It seems like such a waste, otherwise. Like this little star. Haha! Is that a piece of armor? Nope. 'Tis a tiny throwing star. That's right. Hello, little ducky! Mommy lost a little one. Aww! Oh, you belong over here. At least they're close by. Hopefully they'll be able to find them soon. Okay, so we got another... Oh, I don't have to find that, but we have one there if we need it. I got this little jar. Training first, then you can rest. Okay. There's a little frightened comrade. He has blessed the waters. Okay. Which waters in particular? Right up here. There we go. Waters blessed. Sometimes they mistake items for twigs to build their nests. Oh, so it's probably in a tree. Or at the very least, near birds. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, you got it. Ba-doo. Chasing a secret romance. Oh. Okay. I almost broke my tool on this. Should be more careful with your tool. Hiding there in the grass. The commander's inspecting the group. I hope he doesn't notice my cheat meal. Right behind him. On the ground. Okay. And last but not least, they are back. I'm going to scare them with this. Who's back? Okay. Nothing there. All these birds? No. Who needs scaring? Rather subdued gone. They're back. I'm going to scare them with this. It's so tiny too. It's just a wee little thing. Okay, lots of people in here. Oh, there it is. Next level. Fireworks Festival. Woo! Okay, I'm gonna let this run. Let me zoom in a little bit. I'm just gonna let this run for a bit. I just have to run to the bathroom myself. So, back in a jiff. Enjoy the music in the meantime. Alright, we're back. And now we can take a look at this fireworks festival and see what there is to see. I'm sorry, I only have onions left to offer you. Is that... someone wants something to eat? Is that an offering to the gods? Lots of activity in the marketplace. There's some sumo competition. Lots of dumplings at these stalls. Oh, they just have onions. I mean, let's open that up so everyone can see. This one's half price. Enjoy. A half price fan. Check out the marketplace. Nothing leaps off the page here. Wait, I need this. I'm putting this outfit aside. You got it. See half-price fan anywhere. What's next? Sorry, I can't let you go in through here. So he's protecting something as well. Is there like a sumo changing area? Rather serious looking guard. There's a weird hole in the wall. Okay. Half price fan, anybody? Oh no, it's got a great beard. What's this guy doing? I want to see the parade too. Oh, okay, fair enough then. Alright. Doesn't seem to be anything there. Just looking for the half-price fan and this guard. Sorry, I can't let you in through here. Oh, there's the fan. Gotcha. See the guard blocking anybody. Pretty open-aired festival. And market, what's going on? Here's the parade. Alright, moving on. I hung up my wish, I can't wait for it to come true. Is it this one? Haha. I hope I have enough fireworks. Someone's got a stack of fireworks. Which are just little round things. Yes. Okay. If he keeps making too much noise, I won't hesitate to grab my bow. Alright. I feel seasick. I'm not having a good time on a boat. I went fishing this morning before all the noise started. That's smart. That's smart of you. Little owl. Now where are you chilling? There we go. These figurines are too big. I'm going to buy the children's game instead. Is it over here? Alright. I like to walk around the festival. So they're just chilling. Hanging out. All their friends are outside. Okay. Oh, not you. Oh, finally, it is one that's moving! Cool! Alright. This guard. Sorry, I can't let you in through here. This is the last thing that we're looking for. Whose progress would you be impeding in this place? Okay, everyone's chilling, watching the sumos. Hanging their wishes, watching the parade. I don't really see the need for anybody to really get somewhere exclusive. Unless it would be this person telling them they can't leave. Okay, well, let's see. They have a bow. They have a gray goatee. They have a brown headband. Let's see if we can find him in all this mess. Okay, let's go back up a little bit. Just looking at all the people. I mean, they wouldn't prevent them from going into the, like, behind here in the market? But it's already pretty, like, there's just a shrubbery in there, so that's already taken care of. It could potentially be talking to animals, but there's not a lot of extra activity on the outskirts of this thing, so it just sort of stops. Okay, taking a deep dive, looking at all the people. Brown bandana, or brown headband, bow and arrow, gray goatee. He's in armor. Clearly a badass, but I don't necessarily know that we need them for this occasion. Who are they guarding? Oh my gosh! It was a door. Haha! It was a door. The 4 Isles. Oh, is this like literally the 4 islands of Japan? I mean, they're not configured like that at all. But okay. What are you? The blessing of the spirit gave him this color. Wowzers. Okay, so there's a lot of activity. Ooh, there are 18 things to find in this one. This must be the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It only shows 15. Wild. Alright, so I'm looking for gold things. We're staying real wide and looking for gold things. And if we see... That's more of a tanuki aisle. It's more of a monkey aisle. Hee hee hee. Aha! A rabbit aisle. Ah! Alright, they each have 4. This one, maybe it's an old tail instead. These are like red pandas. Okay, each thing has its own. The fisherman tried to step foot here once, and only once. The fisherman. Okay, here are fishermen. Of these, Is it this? No, it seems like they're okay. Oh no. Yeah, the bunnies. Chase them off. They really love hats. The red pandas? There's a ton of hats on here. Oh, it's a hat hanging up though. Who else loves hats? Oh, they're scared for their lives. Poor people. More hats. Playing cards with the Kappa. These guys don't seem like they have too much stuff. This just seems like, who are you? Wish they'd tell me what this was. I feel like they mean the red pandas, because look at all of them that have at least, if not a hat, at the very least, just something on their head. But could very well be the bunnies that collect hats like trophies. More hats strewn about. Alright, moving on. Star-crossed lovers. Does that mean from two different species? Like one of these and one of those? Yep, it does. Star-crossed lovers right there. They can never be... If they win, the Kappa will teach them how to play. Oh, that's in here, I think. Yeah. Got it. Professional drummer. Professional drummer. Oh, I found somebody. Have you been hiding here all those years? Okay. Friend. There's a dog somewhere? Oh, what's this? The rabbits are protected on the site. This is illegal. Yeah, you can't hunt them. Spirits keep their secrets well. Is that just a bag of grass? I don't even know exactly what that is. Pardon me. A tourist. Like an American raccoon? Yep. Getting a lot of attention over here. Okay. A lot of stuff going on. Leave my leg alone. Interesting. Very peaceful at the same time. What do we have? Fell from the nest. I haven't noticed too many nests. It's all wildlife though, I do like that. Any burbs? Oh, there's lots of burbs over here. Okay. There it is. Place your bets. The fight is about to begin. It looks like they're about to fight. No? Wait. No, it's just his sandals. Is it the rabbits? Are the rabbits fighting? Oh no, over here. Okay. Okay. There. This. Oh, it's a banana. Got it. Pardon me. Meant to meet the microphone and didn't work that time. My apologies. Okay. Where is Burb? Where is Burb? Hey cutie, you're not from around here, are you? Are you talking to another bird? Are you talking to a fake bird? Are you talking to an owl? Many follow the path to the shrine. Boink. He's trying to hide his treasure. Is that a fisherman? No. Something fishy related. Trying to hide his treasure. Leave my leg alone. There's a ghost here. Does that mean that there's ghost bits that you need to leave alone? Friend, professional drummer. Hey, you are not a fruit. There, leave my leg alone. Done. There's a treasure to bury. Look for friends. Is there a dog amongst all of you? There. Gotcha. Professional drummer. There we go. Oh, moving back here to the hat. Oh, that's right. That is right. Hey, you are not a fruit. Hey, you're not a fruit. They really love hats. He's trying to hide his treasure. And that might get us through Japan. They really love hats. It's gotta be these guys. Look how much they have, or look how many hats they have. Just strewn about the place. This one seems like it's hanging up, though. Oh, there it is. It's hanging up on a tree. Ha-ha! All right, now. Hey, you are not a fruit. He's trying to hide his treasure. So who would think they were a fruit? Maybe they're in a tree over here. But I feel like the owls would be after them anyway. Fruit or no. They'd be like, oh, delicious. A mouse. Oh, there we go. Not a fruit. Hiding. Scared for its life because it is indeed in and amongst all these owls. Trying to hide his treasure. Now, is that some sort of squid that is the treasure? Okay. To me, that indicates maybe I should look coastally. With this here treasure. Please don't be obscured. Is it you? Alright. I guess it's foolish of me to think so. How? Just laugh at me, eh? Laugh at me, will you? Just trying to bring peace to this already peaceful Japanese village. If I just start clicking around here. No? Anybody else have any treasure that they might consider needing to hide? Oh, you're by yourself. What are you up to? Sneaky boy or girl? Sneaky person? Sneaky peeps? What are you doing, sneaky peeps? Way back here. Huh? Huh? I says. Oh, I didn't know I could do this. I don't need to, but I didn't know I could do that. Do you have a treasure you need to hide? No. I feel it might be a monkey. Like, yeah, okay, so I would have figured in one of the buildings, but those are out of... Maybe under here? Hide that treasure, y'all. Oh, there it is! Aha! And we're out of Japan. Okay, so back to story mode for the last. Oh, look at that! It's kind of Christmassy. Back to story mode for the last time. See how far down the road to Rome we can get. Heck yeah. Alright, only 5 things. Chased by a predator. Oh no. Are you a predator? You little orc? Road to Rome, chased by a predator. What in tarnation? Dear God! No, I mean it. It's probably a dear God. There you are. Sitting there like a little peep. And we have someone used to live here. No, it's a ghost camp. Okay. There's their tent. Oh, there are their bones. There are the bones. Okay, a particular skull in and amongst the skulls. A Roman spy. I can't see anything from here. And some soldiers were buried here a long time ago. Let me just move the clue out of the way so I can get to the actual sword. Okay, moving on. Could you bring this to a friend? It's important and I'm counting on the both of you. Sorry, the 3 of you. Ring that little bell. Okay, is this request being made in the public eye then? Is that a woodpecker? His feathers turn these colors from eating too many mushrooms. Oh, okay. I'm counting on the 2 of you, sorry, the 3 of you. There. Oh. Forgot to include the dog. Okay. Lots of mushrooms around here. Look at that. That's cool. I like it. Lots of action, lots of activity, lots of mushrooms. There you go. Antler buddies! You and the druid. Love it. Okay. I'm the best chef in the village. They have the spoon to prove it. Let's leave the cabbage people alone. There they go. They have the spoon to prove it. Come and see the best products from Gaul. There you go. We don't have any of that in Rome, so I want it all. Take my money. Oh, they're excited to be here. That's nice. Who's ready to buy? Okay, I guess that doesn't count. Super excited. First on the top, I won. Oh, there we go. I haven't seen these flowers in a while. Alright, by the druid again. Sure, ma'am, sign it and the house is yours. Sign on the dotted line, lady. Oh, there you go. Getting a bank loan or some such. Okay, the Roman camp. Well, the general's not here. It'd be a shame to waste this. General's probably got the biggest tent. Where's the biggest tent? Oh, that is the biggest tent. Okay then. Be a shame to waste that. I pray to Juno, for I sense imminent danger. I thought that was the bust from Art Attack. Someone ate the fence and the horses fled into the forest. Someone ate the fence. Beavers, you say? Oh, a peacock. That's fun. Somebody ate the fence. What on earth? Why is this so creepy? I will help you protect the forest. But why are you so... Maybe it's meant to be peaceful, but that standing up anthropomorphic deer god thing is creepy as heck. Okay, little BBs. Where did the bobbity boobidos go? What are you hiding for? What are you hiding for? Our horses are turned against us. I have to hide. Okay, deep in the forest. They're being protected. We have horses. We have warthogs to a certain degree. There's a lynx. This must be a peeping tomcat. Sure. Peep away, y'all. Peep this. Where are my beeves at? Hello, little turtle! Enjoy your wedge of cheese. Come along now. Come on. Come along with me as we find ourselves the Beaver Boys. Come on, little Beaves. Come on, Beavis. Okay, hang out one of these. I don't see a nearby dam. The mouse knows the way to feed her best friend. Okay. Stealing a pear. A couple of lizards on a date. For realsies, a couple of lizards on a date. Alright. Alright. So many little tents in this one. It's getting real tense in here. Wait, none of these pears count? Not the right pair, huh? Needs to be with a mouse. Alright, mouse. Where you at? Where you at, little mouse? Aha! I found where the beaver was hiding. Now we need a key to free the chief. We must find the key. Free the chief? Oh, did they take over some peeps? Where is the chief being held captive? Okay, what do you got here? This blade is awesome. I can't wait to train with it. Training blade, pear with a mouse nearby. Nope. Nope. Oh, found it. There it is. That big giant blade that it was clearly right there. Now we need a key to save the chief. And a mouse. Listen, little meese. Where's your buddy? Who feeds you? Where do you get the pears? Spill it. Where do you get the pears from? I see a crab walking. That's your friend, the little turtle? The mouse knows the best way to feed her best friend. Do I get to watch you sneak back and get a pear? What do we got? Look at it go. Got a mouse on the loose. Please. Oh, there it is right there. That's the pear it was after. Cute. Okay, its best friend is the turtle. Now we must find the key. To free the chief, we must find the key. I don't know what chief they're speaking of. I don't see anybody bound. Okay, let's first find... I mean, never mind, we found the key. Moving on! To the viaduct! Okay. Are we there yet? Oh, is she being pulled by something? She's doing this? Yeah. What an odd-looking cherry. Okay, so fallen from a cherry tree, perhaps? Or near a bush? Here we go. I've been searching everywhere, but I can't find my favorite axe. Well, axe around. Someone should know something. Favorite axe. Froggy. Frog of the creek, what is your wisdom? Go south for winter, trust me. Oh, wise frog. Alright, what else are we looking at? General, I saw a giant beast in the mountains. Don't continue until I capture it. Which mountains do you speak of? These mountains? Oh, you must mean this pterodactyl. You know, they're around. I'm not a builder, I'm an artist. I'm an artiste. Who's chiseling? He's chiseling. Oh, yeah, he's chiseling up some statues. That jump was awesome, but now everything is spilled across the floor. Okay. Is there a rampway somewhere? That jump was awesome. Now everything is spilled. Well, this clearly wasn't awesome. It's burning down. Just wiggling. Just a wiggling. Okay. What else do we have? Oh no, my target is finally here, but I dropped my knife. Oh, wow. Oh, got that. Oh, that jump was awesome. They went off something. But they got wedged in here. Still looking for, oh, favorite axe. Haha. Drop their knife. For a wayward knife. Their target is finally here. There's some sort of assassin. Am I in heaven? Ah! Around all that wood. Okay. Did I leave the campfire on? Oh, that's somebody that abandoned their fishing post, I suppose. Oh! I'd say you did if this is what caused all this. Oh dear. Okay, so Knife o' Death. And it looks like our camp was visited by thieves. They stole everything but left the pears? Is that what I'm led to believe here? The bird in the tree is roasted. Ha ha ha. Classic visual humor. They got a pile of fish. And for a knife and a pear. Ain't it always the way? Trying to go about my day, looking for a knife and a pear. Doing my best not to swear when I'm looking for a knife and a pear. Hey, let's check over there when we're looking for a knife and a pear. Oh no, they had a target, and then they dropped their knife. So again, this is some sort of assassin biz. Who dareth cometh forward with a knifeth brandished so to stabbeth us? Who dareth come toward us, stabbetha? And a pear. Looks like our camp was visited by thieves. How many camps are there? This one. This is the camp, for sure. Visited by thieves. Doesn't look all that thievy, unless... Aha! The porcupines ate the pear. There we go. That solves that riddle. And then now... Oh no, my target is finally here, but I dropped my knife. Who are you trying to stab? Are you trying to go mano-a-mano with the pterodactyl? Are you trying to square up to a bear up? I don't see one. A lot of people around. Are they attempting to assassinate whomever is coming through here? Hurry! Finish building the highway so that we can approach the palace. We'll never get there at this rate. They just have to stand there as it gets built. I wonder how long they let stuff settle, or set, or dry. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, 1 second. Let's see. Viaduct. Whoosh. Whoosh. Oh, there it is. Back in the corner. My target is finally here, but I dropped my knife. Oh, that must be you. Ah, yes. See, the assassination attempt, as I thought. That's clearly the assassin, but they dropped their knife back here. Ha-ha! Sound reasoning, everybody. Sound reasoning. All right. His mission was to tamper with a card game. Let's hope he didn't succeed. Found you! Tampering with the card game. Let me just tuck you right back in there. I told you not to steal food from the storage tent. Storage tent. Well, this looks like it's full of food. Pigglies. Yeah. Sorry, just trying to shut this again. Doing my best. Shut, please. Never mind then. Oh, there you are. Wedge of cheese. Perfect. This card is definitely not from the base game. Is Caesar cheating? Ah! Underneath the table as he's playing cards with the troops. Not now, Rex. I'm watching the game, and where did you find this? Oh, got a skull. There it is. Ah, I found you. The rest of the bones. An angry Roman threw this at us this morning. What a dummy. What a dummy. Waha! What a dummy. Oh no, her last potion rolled off the edge. Ironic for a luck potion. Whoa! Yeah! I just noticed a little boop on top, and I was like, wait a minute, that's a bottle in amongst those plants. I hope Caesar wins. I bet my entire soldiers pay on him, so that's nearby. They're watching this card game, right? Bag of cash. Bag of cash. Gotcha. Might have been an onion, might have been a dumpling. King of the North! Okay, so... Oh no. There you are. This little one doesn't have his winter coat yet. Oh, that's cute. Doesn't have his winter coat yet. There you are! Cool, I love the moving ones. Roads lead to Rome, paths lead to Romans. Roads lead to Rome. Oh! That was easy. This one's pretty good. Thought there were stoats I could hunt here. Is that you? Yeah! Off to a vineyard. Fancy. That last one was pretty quick, actually. Okay, still don't need to find a peacock yet. They're just out there. What's first? They won't notice a single missing bottle. I'll get it back at the end of my shift. Okay, so somebody's stealing. Somebody's stealing. Okay, there's lots of bottles down here. Oh! There's one over here. Haha! Oh, so this one is your favorite. Great, I'll prepare a new bottle for you. It's the only one in a there we go. In that fancy type of bottle. I was gonna say carafe, but no, it's got a stopper, so it's more of a fancy type of bottle. Sure, you can take notes during the visit. Sure, you can take notes during the visit. Aren't they like Working under duress? Oh wait, no, there's a tour group here. Huh? And a scroll so they can take notes. That's adorable. I found this tool near the stables. It will help me with the harvest. Okay, off to the stables. Off to the stables. Near the stables. No. That's the only stable, right? I think so. Near the stable. Okay. And we're zooming. Nothing in the stable itself. Oh, there we go. Haha. He stole food from the workers. Where is he hiding? Stole food from the workers. Where is he hiding? Are these the workers? No, they're just kind of sampling there. A lot of workers here. Ha! Got a little feast, do ya? Mom and Dad went to visit, fine, but I prefer chasing birds. Chasing birds. Oh, there they are, hanging out by the peacock. Thank you for waving your arms like that. Oops, I hope it didn't break in the crash. Okay, something fell over. Oh, that's the tourists. Break in the crash. Oh, here we go. Ah, there you are. Back here. A trophy for the best wine? Thank you very much. Yeah, I remembered seeing that shape. With the other bottles and jars and things. Are you... Oh, so you scared him and caused all this mess. Keep running. Uh-oh. Something over here? There we go. Running around. Just a tourist attraction or the real thing? Okay, sword in the stone. I'm looking at all the rocks. Hello? Oh, Mr. Man. Don't be looking for food, buddy. We have to solve the riddles of the road to Rome first. My good man, and then we'll square you away. And then I have a little Christmas project to be doing for you tonight, buddy. You can't understand English, so I'm free to say this. Oh, there you are! Papa! And then, I believe the family is heading off to see some Christmas lights tonight. That's our excitement. Okay. The gardens. This tree is from Norway, but I don't really like how it looks like a face. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yggdrasil. It's nasty. I don't want the faces in the trees. These flowers can grow to an extreme size that makes them very popular. Oh, this is like plants from everywhere. That's cool. I blend into the environment. They will never find me. You mean like just the roads? Like right there? Oh no. Oh, there you are. Again. Wiggling around. If you need to join us, you will need to be more colorful. Talking to some peacocks somewhere? Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, Mom, can I feed the tall one? Oh, the giraffes? Yep, there's an apple. This poor duckling fell. Let me help you out. Let's see some happy ducklings. This poor duckling fell. Let me help you out. Fell out of what? Those ones are chilling. Oh, there you go. You're in a hole. Gotcha. Here you can buy food for the animals of the gardens. Enjoy. Alright. Oh! Aha! When in doubt, check inside things. Okay, what's next? I don't know what it says, but I want to buy one. Oh, okay, this is from... Yeah, see, they're mixing stuff. This is from, like, the Japanese cultures. Those are, like, grave markers, aren't they? I'm willing to sculpt people for a nice price, of course. Sculpey, sculpey. Ah! Egyptians? No, they were actually doing, like, a Roman slavery and stuff. There we go! On the table. Over here doing things. This small guy is used to a warmer climate. Okay, that's like a scarab beetle, right? Well, that's fun. It's all... Oh, wait, it's all deserty. Aha! There's your little buggy face. Well, that's a good one. Thermae. Maybe these are all fire-related questions. Men don't pay attention to what goes into their baths. Yeah, there you are. On the corner of the bath. Yes, hello. Yes, my name is Mrs. Adult Woman. I love that the kids wave their arms so vigorously. They're really easy to spot. I lost my gold comb. I wonder if it found its way to Lost and Found. Alright. Oh! Is that it? That is! I thought that may be part of, like, the stash or whatever, or the stacks or whatever. But okay. Someone dropped an egg. Who are you? Another assassin. They're everywhere. Someone dropped an egg. Who dropped an egg? It wasn't one of the horses. Who even has an egg to drop? Oh! Oh my gosh. Dropped it onto that table of snacks. What's that say? I think the salesman wants to rip us off. This doesn't even look like a towel. Well, that's a scroll. Oh yeah, so that's a bath. Another public bath. Oh, hang on. Oh, it might be like a massage area or something. Kids play place. No scrolls. What's this building? Ah! Haha! Oh! Okay, with the towels and stuff. Got it. I wouldn't bathe here. I wouldn't bath here if I were you. Bathe having an E on the end. I wouldn't bath here if I were you. Wouldn't bath here if I were you. Oh! Checking all the water, bodies of water. There he is in the corner. Okay, what's next? To build a fortress, one needs the proper tools. Proper tools to build a fortress. Like a blanket fort? No. Fortress. Oh, sandcastles. Aha! That's not a pool noodle. Okay, so there's gonna be a snake in one of these. There's a turtle. Hello, little turtle. Maybe in one of the baths proper. Love it. Search those buildings. I'm sure leave them open. Dish. 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 Okay. What's next? I have been hiding this gift so Romeo can surprise his Julia. Oh dear. Okay. So Romeo can surprise his Julia. I've been hiding this gift. Is this it? Yeah! That's a weird place to hide it. This must be Romeo and Julia right here. Nothing beats fruit fresh from the vine. Like a weasel? Oh, there you are. I see you wiggling. There we go. Don't you dare startle these poor creatures. Is that you? That's not you. Oh, they seem... Wait, these guys seem startled already. There you are. It's your fault. Spooking these guys. I hope this doesn't attract the wrath of Neptune. Wrath of Neptune. Isn't like... Wait a minute. Oh, you're using dynamite to fish, are you? I see. I see how it is. Alright, off to the Colosseum. Ding! It's not my shift, I can rest a bit. Particular horse. Oh, there you are. No? With the bongos? Rest a bit. Where is any resting happening? Look at this place. They're fighting tigers and lions. Brutal. Oh, here's some people resting, but this one's dressed for combat. I can rest. It's not my shift. I can rest a bit. Not these ones. That's weird. Are you inside, perhaps? Oh, there you are. Having a nosh. I'm 300% certain that I will win the race. Are you in a chariot? Is that you? Man, I love it that the kids wave their arms up. One of the servants is probably using it as a tool instead of a weapon. Okay, well, let's use to bale hay. Ah, there we go. I didn't even pay for my seat. Didn't I see the assassin? Oh, look at that! Wow, that was a good grab. That was the last level that I saw them at a place. I just went to where that part of the map was, and lo and behold. It's always a little more expensive to buy at the show. Bottles of thing. Doink! Gotcha. It's too late, Olaf. Everyone saw you fumble your entrance. Uh-oh. Olaf is embarrassed. Olaf. Olaf the embarrassed shall know. Oh, he's trying to hide behind the pillar. I thought I would need it to see the fights, but the view is great from up here. Okay, so somebody up top. Aha! Do you like your drink, Your Highness? I'm assuming this fancy little thing right there. Who threw that? You will spoil your appetite. What is that? Oh, they threw it to the tigers. Sign this so you can sponsor your next race. You'll be rich. Sign this. Okay. These guys are all lined up for goods. It looks like some money is exchanging hands here, so let's check some other buildings. Oh, there we go. Haha. Hey kid, do you want to buy some potions? Hey kid. Oh, right next to them. Sneaky potion salesman. And then look, honey, we made it in time for the fight. That's you. Look how fancy they are. These Egyptians hanging out. Okay. Who doesn't love a... Oh my gosh, a parade. Whoa, look at them all. This must be the last level. I think we're going to do this in time. Okay, I think we're going to find all these hidden objects through time, in time. As you can see, sir, we have here the best vases or vases in the whole of Italy. Take a look. Vases. Oh no. What a huge marketplace. Ghostesses. I'm just opening all these up. I don't see any vases. Oh wait, maybe? No. It's more like drinks than anything. What else can I open up here? Ah, okay. There you are. I hope this doesn't... he doesn't cut the meat with that. What meat? there it is. Wowzers. It's amazing the longer you play this, like, you start looking for specific stuff in levels, and it's just like blam, blam, blam. This is my favorite shopkeeper. He reminds me of my hometown. Oh my gosh, he's literally right here. Guys. So far, everything's kind of clustered, like right here. Right near this tournament sign. Second place is not that bad. See? Right there, right on the tournament thing. How could you forget your armor and go back to the barracks? Okay, so someone in the parade route, perhaps, is Negan? Or they were sent away. Right? Oh, I don't know. Oh man, there's so many soldiers. Okay, let's find one who's not wearing his armor. Oh, there you are! Right by the prize duck. Yes, ma'am, I finished your order last night. Let me get it out to you. Okay, so that's going to be another... Oh, there it is. I was going to say it's going to be one of these merchant buildings. A sacred place in the heart of Rome. Ah! It's all flowery over here. Hey, you, show a bit of respect and cover yourself. Cover yourself. Oh, there's a pool. Nobody's swimming, though. Show some respect and cover yourself. I don't see any naked... Oh! How about you? There's no towel. You're nearly naked, though. Oh, there it is, on the ledge. Aha! Don't mind the smell. Would you like to try a piece? Don't mind the smell. What are we selling? What are we selling that gets to smelling? Oh, cheese! Cheese fork! Amazing. Amazing! Believe me, brothers, this is the best blade for thieves. The best blade for thieves. Is that like one of these merchants? Trying to sell you anything here. Is it you? No, I already did that knife. Oh, look at that. Look at all these assassins and thieves. It's one of these knives. There we go. You know, I know you love war, but focus on the parade for now. Uh-oh, who's trying to start a fight? Over here, trying to start a fight. Why are you all looking at me this way? My vegetables are fresh. Yeah, who are you to doubt? The little mousy salesman right over here in the corner. I don't know which one I should treat. That looks like a cheese puff. What the heck is that? What on earth would that be, that tiny thing? I don't know which one I should treat. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that. That doesn't make any sense. No worries, sir. Your cat is fine, but no solid food for a week. There's a vet somewhere? What do we got? There's a lot of animals over here. Maybe there's a vet. Oh, wait a minute. You've got to be kidding me. I don't know which one I should treat. Oh, you can feed one of the 2 wolves inside you. You know what I'm saying? You got to feed them this tiny cheese puff. I can't believe I found that. And it wasn't just like a turd sticking out of the kid's butt. Okay. Going over to this one. No worries, sir. Your cat is fine, but no solid food for a week. No solid food for a week. I don't really see much of anything going on here, right? Oh, let's check over here. Oh, that's a vet. And that is the fish lure? I don't know what that is. Like a fish of some sort. I'm telling you, I was looking at my reflection and suddenly a giant red bug took my glasses. Giant red bug. Oh, that's a crab. There are your glasses. Farewell. I must roll my own path. Farewell. I must roll my own path. Oh, wait. Oh my gosh, I believe we just beat the game. You have found all the objectives. What would you like to do? Head back to the main menu. That's it. We did it. Nothing remains hidden through time to us because we found everything. And just in time too, it should seem. Let me go ahead and hit this button and get myself back on screen. So I can thank everybody for watching. No matter where or when you happen to be, wishing everybody chill vibes and clear skies. If you find yourself in possession of a plethora of positive energy, please share it if you can spare it. Don't forget about your old pal, the Silent G, Rad Gnarly, saying so long for now. We are going to be back on the air Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for our last stream of the year, when the GWA presents Christmas Carnage in Fire Pro Wrestling World. And don't forget that from the 13th to the 24th on our Discord server, we are presenting Have Yourself a Gnarly Little Christmas 2. You can go ahead and type !DC to get involved. Till then, TTFN, let's find somebody to spread a little love to. On our way out the door, while my stream deck crashes. Just the once, not the twice. There we go. A raid we shall go. Thanks very much for hanging in this afternoon, everybody. Hopefully I'll see you in about an hour's time for Have Yourself a Gnarly Little Christmas 2 on the Discord. And definitely crossing my fingers that we see it tomorrow night for the last stream of the year for a little GWA Presents Christmas Carnage. Ooh! Let me just punch my mic stand real quick. All right, ta-ta, everybody. Hope to see you soon.